Okay, I think you guys can hear me. Yeah, actually, you can. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards and I'm going to start with. Um, what is this? Gotta open this. I'm going to start with Emmy because I told her that I would. And then I'm going to move to Hugh, probably down to Nick, Denise. I'm trying to remember everybody. So I think you guys can chat. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Let's see. Where is chat? It's on there. At least 1 minute of video is needed to start a highlight. Okay, well, I'm not doing that. Let's. That one muted me. I don't need to be muted. Where's chat? Okay, no, that's share. What's this? That's start a poll. This is send messages such as blah, 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 live chat. All messages are visible. Okay, got it. I think if one of you guys want to chat, just so I know it's on, that way people can throw out their name, just so I know that it's happening. I'm sorry, guys. I've been up really early and I've been working really late every night. So let me just get these shuffled and figure out what I'm doing on this. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay, so wait. Okay. Hey, Nick. All right, great. Okay, so you guys have learned how to figure out the check. Emmy, hi. Okay, I'm going to do you. What is this? I'm sorry, not you guys. Music. Okay. All right. Let me just move down here. Okay. I'm just doing something real quick. I downloaded something on my TV and I don't know what it is. I don't know what oh, here we go. Let's go to her. Yeah, I'm not. Okay. All right. I'm going to shuffle these cards. Here you go. You have the remote there for the volume, Tomer. Okay. Yeah, Tomer is going to be on later tonight too, but right now he's just sitting next to me. So here come the cards. I'm going to do Emmy first. And if you guys can't hear me, please say something. And if you hear little kitties in the background, that's because my Baltazar, before he got fixed, he got Pumpkin Eye Daisy Baby knocked up. I'm sorry, pregnant. And she had kittens, and they are running around. The three that are remaining, because she had 5 and 2 died, but it's her first time mom, so you get these shuffled here. All right. Oh, Emmy said hi, Tomer.
Hi.
Can you hear him, Emmy? All right. So, Emmy, do you want like a couple lives, or do you want like the most important one that pertains to you now? Okay, well, no, I don't believe in demonic possession. I mean, no, I'm sorry. I do believe in demonic possession. I do love God and Jesus, and I'm glad you're on here. But if you read your Bible closely, all of it, and not just certain parts, you'll find out that God does give people the ability to not only have psychic visions, but to also heal, to also be a prophet. And I'm not saying I'm a prophet because I'm certainly not. But I do have psychic visions, and every single one of them have only helped people. I can also heal people of certain things. I don't know if I can say it here, but I do not charge any money for it. I do not charge any money for this. I don't charge any money for healing. So, I mean, you can still say, "Oh, you're still under demonic possession," but no, I'm not. I have actually worked with people who are under demonic possession, and you're right. Jesus is what helps them get rid of that, but that is not the case with me, and nor am I speaking anything demonic. Okay, so Emmy, did you say you want a most important one? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start moving these cards, Emmy, and you tell me when to stop, okay? And whatever card my hand is on is the one that I'm going to pull. But first, we want to know about your most important life. Hello, Allison. Emmy, don't forget, you tell me when you want me to stop. Oh, most important ones. Okay. All right. Never mind. Here we go. Okay. Let me pick this card for you. Okay. So we're looking at right now something in Rome. So let me see what that is. Okay. So we're dealing with Emmy, and we want to know about her. Hi, Allison, and we want to know about her most important past life. And we're going to find that out right now. Okay. I'm just going to let this come to me for a little bit. And this is what this means for you. This card indicates that you've had a significant life in Greece or Rome that is influencing the situation you're inquiring about. You may have noticed that you're drawn to Roman architecture, culture, spirituality. Perhaps you might have even visited areas of the Mediterranean, which felt strangely familiar. Often when we visit a place where we've lived in other lives, we experience what they call deja vu. I don't know if you've ever had anything like that or not, Emmy, but now during that lifetime in either Greece or Rome, you had experiences and relationships that form the basis for your present life situation that you have now. Now, you may even find some earthly relationships confusing. You may feel more at home with technology or energy healing. That's all part of it. But I want to see something here. Now you, okay, in that life, Emmy, you may be carrying some knowledge with you now that you gained in that lifetime. And you may even be consciously aware of your connection to Greece or Rome. You might want to spend some time researching these ancient cultures and the spirituality, I told you I'm tired, associated with those places. Now that should trigger some memory in you. Let's just say I've had dreams of seeing hieroglyphs on walls. Okay, so that could be anywhere. But what I'm going to do is, since you want to know most important, I'm going to do another card for you and see. Now this is one life. This is just one life. Another card is going to be a different life, because that's how these work. Oh God, I hate when this comes up. And some of you that have known me for years will know why I hate this. It shows you as a high priest or priestess. Now, I don't know how many of you are on here that have known me for, 10, 20 years, because it's been 20 years that some of you guys have known me. I had a lady on a radio show, and some of you that that have known me that long will remember it, because I just had to cut her off, and I felt really bad. Actually, I didn't feel bad at all, I'm not gonna lie, because it was a lie. She kept telling everybody that they were a high priestess. She told me I was a high priestess. I have never been a high priestess at all. But that did come up for you, Emmy. The high priestess did come up for you. So let's see here what we can trigger in your memory or put it together with what you have going on now. So let's see. Think about this for a second. Let's see here. Well, we know you weren't a high priest, although no, you could have been. So let's see. Okay. All right. So, Emmy, you have a divine mission. Okay. And that is I got to turn this down. Your divine mission is of healing, teaching, and helping the world. That's your divine mission, and that is carrying over into this lifetime. Um, Also, you need to release any insecurities that you may have about your spiritual abilities or any fears about others knowing your beliefs too, because you shouldn't live like that. Like, don't. There's just no point in it. What you believe is what you believe. What you don't is what you don't. It doesn't matter what people think about it, because you do have a higher calling. And I believe that. Because I told you, I think you remember the first time I talked to you, I told you you reminded me of my friend Chang. And that's what Chang was all about. Her energy was all about helping people, healing people, helping little kids, helping adults, helping them do, all kind of stuff. And that is what this card says for you. Now, whether you are male or female in that life, that I do not know, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it. You probably already know that you were a high priest or high priestess during one of your more prior lifetimes. So that's a more recent lifetime. Um, Most people who have held these roles have a conscious sense of it. You've also retained your heightened spiritual knowledge, which this card is urging you to put into a greater practice. Now it's time for you to reignite your spiritual power and use it in service of your divine mission again of healing, teaching, and helping, which I do think my gut tells me out of any card I'm going to pull tonight for you, and I'll pull one more. Out of anything that I do, I think this is definitely your calling. In fact, I think you and Nick would be great if you guys got together. Um, because I sense that about you from day one. And and you can tell anybody else here on the chat, you and I have never spoken about this. We never have. So this is not something that I'm just saying. I'm saying because you've told me about it, because the only thing I know about you is, I think, if I can remember, I think you were interested in Anthony or something, or one of the videos with Anthony, maybe Tomer. I can't remember, but it was one of those. We never discussed any kind of healing, teaching, or divine ability. And I am telling you right now, Emmy, you do have it. You do have it. And thank you, Emmy, because I don't lie to people. And when you guys hear me on that psychic medium session that I do, you're going to know, because I've said before. Now, I mean, I guess technically I could say there are psychic mediums that may hear just letters, or they may say, oh, I'm getting just the letter R and the letter this, but they keep on going until somebody shouts something out. And I have never had anybody that has passed on or a spirit speak to me that way. The way I'm speaking to you guys is how they speak to me. Of course, there's varying personalities. Like, I had one. Oh, hey, I see you there. Is that Lori? Or is that Denise? That just said hi. Because I know I have to do, I don't know if it's Lori or Denise, but anyway, what I wanted to tell you is they speak just like I'm speaking, Lori, okay, that's what I thought. I had one come to me and stood at the end of my bed, and he tried to scare me. And I was like, look, you didn't scare me in life. You're certainly not scaring me in death. So you might as well go ahead. And I told that to somebody, and they were a little upset with me because they're like, well, they died, Dee Dee. And I'm like, well, look, they weren't good in life. They're not good in death either. I'm not saying they didn't move on to a better place, because I know that they did, but they still have their personalities. Oh, well, thank you, Emmy. So I'm glad you told people I didn't know anything about you. Hey, Adrian. So I'm going to pull one more card for you, Emmy, and I'm going to shuffle them, because I have a feeling if we put the three cards together, because this will be the third card I pull for you, I'm hoping that it all comes together very circular, to where um, life through life through life, that you have probably been healer, teacher, something like that. And I knew it, because I knew it because you reminded me of my friend Chang. You really did. Because Chang is she's such a kind, gentle person that I got that energy out of you right away. So I'm gonna do your third card. And Lori, I'm gonna get to you too. Adrian, I'm gonna get to you. Nick. I think I do Nick next, because I don't see Hugh on here. So I'm gonna go with Nick next. Nick, it sounds like I'm saying Nick Nack, don't it? Okay. So let me pull this card for you. Okay. Karmic relationship. Okay, so that looks like it's a little bit different. So this is about a karmic relationship. Now let's see if it matches with anything. Okay, so what this card is indicating is that you have one or more of people in your current life are from previous lifetimes. Now that's not unusual. I have somebody in my life, two people in my life actually, that I'm aware of that are from a previous lifetime. Now you both ended your relationship with karmic imbalances. This means that one or both of you are most likely harboring old feelings that need to be healed and released. When this occurs, you will be set free from reoccurring destructive and toxic relationship patterns. In some cases, now, this card, when it arises, there's a reunion with a beloved soul from a previous life. Perhaps you finally reconnected with a romantic partner from your past, or a new friendship is bringing you great joy. With healthy past life connections, you'll immediately feel a sense of comfort and familiarity. You receive this card in answer to a question, that's if you ask a question, or a concern that involves a karmic relationship. Fortunately, you can appeal to heaven for help in releasing any old stuck energies or emotions. You may also be guided to work with a specialist in past life regression and relationship and healing. Don't do that because they charge you a lot of money, I'll just tell you. Hi, Joanna, how you doing? Okay, Joanna, I'll get to you too. Okay, so what I think is your first two cards, Emmy, I think that is they are probably within one life, but it may be two. It may be two different lives. But but this karmic relationship one. Oh, okay, cool, cool. So okay, so then this does apply to you. So since it does apply to you, then you want to, if you're feeling comfortable with a person, then that's good. That's good. That means you've reconnected. If you're not feeling comfortable and you have some things that you need to resolve, you definitely want to resolve them. But your main goal, I'm telling you right now, to be happy in your personal life, of course, is to be happy in your personal life. Obviously, if that situation is not good, you want to fix it, talk it through, fix it out. I don't know how well someone would receive you speaking to them about, hey, we had a past life together. They may think you're crazy. I don't know. So it all depends on the person. But if you feel comfortable with them, then just go ahead and let it go. Enjoy it and make plans. But your main goal, as far as your relationship, not having to do with your relationship, is healing, teaching your spirituality, and connecting with more supernatural forces that can really help you out, because you already have that energy. You already have that in you. It's already there. So just maybe like fine tune it. There's all kinds of ways that you can practice this kind of stuff, whether, I hate telling people meditation, but honestly, I'm going to tell you how I meditate, which people don't understand. I might be disconnected. Yeah, 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 that's no problem, Nick. I'll do Lori next then. So what I think then is, for me, I don't sit there and meditate. If I have to do something like that, what I do is I turn off the lights, I light a candle, I stare into it, because your whole body and everything will relax. And the longer it goes on, you'll actually have like psychic visions. Like at first your head will race, but then you have psychic visions. The other thing I do, but I don't do it intentionally, is I live out in the middle of nowhere. Like there's like turkeys running in the road. Sometimes a sheep or two will get loose. Horse can run through my yard, like whatever. It's like Wild West. But so to get anywhere, I have to drive all the way through the country, and then like I get on the highway, and the highway is like the highway ends like where I'm at. So I'll head out, and it's kind of monotonous. So I can be doing, I can be thinking about something, and then boom, it goes away, and I'll have a psychic vision. So, that's how I do it. And believe it or not, you do not have an accident. There is something, somebody, some being or whatever that keeps you on the road. It's just weird. But that's how I do it. But I think best for you would be to light a candle and just, to where you're not hunched over, you're not hurting your shoulders, and you're just staring into it, relaxing your body. And I think you will actually gain a lot from that. Okay, so I'm going to reshuffle these cards now, And this is live. I will upload it, or maybe it uploads itself. I'm not sure. But either way, if it doesn't, I'll do it. And so you'll be able to go back and listen to it and take stuff down. I'm going to go on to Lori right now. I'm going to shuffle these cards because I think it was Lori that was next. And then I will do, I think it's Joanne. No, Adrienne, and then Joanne. I think. Yeah, Lori, Adrienne, and Joanne. Okay. All right, let me get these. So I want to pull the same ones. They have to be. Okay. Pumpkin eye. Lay down, baby. Okay. All right, this is going to be for Lori. Okay. Oh, yeah, Allison, that's right. I forgot you. So if you guys just want to put who's in order, because I'm not trying to forget anybody, I think maybe it was Lori, Allison. Oh, yeah, you can hear it. Okay. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me too. All right. So, Lori, I'm going to pick your first card for you. Are you still on? Lori, just text me if you're there. I mean, not text me, chat if you're able to. Okay, I'm doing you now. All right, here we go. All right. Shake these one more time. I don't know why I call them shaking them instead of shuffling them. All right. Do you want your most important life that's affecting you now, or do you want a few of your lives? I'm gonna start with your most important one, and then if you want some other ones, just type it in there. Okay. All right. The first one is talking about a spouse. And this is what's going to you, what would be affecting your, or have stuff to give you now for this life. Most important. Okay. So that shows spouse. Okay. All right, let's see here. Okay, so this card, Lori, for the spouse, this relates to, it could be either this life and a previous life. It says your current spouse could be someone who you shared a romance with or a relationship before. If you're single at present, this future spouse is likely from your past lifetime. In some cases, lovers reunite across centuries and share an undying bond of true love. This is what is usually referred to as a soulmate. So drawing this card can signify that the person you are inquiring about is in fact that individual. Now I know you didn't ask a question because I don't have anybody ask questions. So you either, and this is what the card says, not me, but it's either a spouse you have now or a spouse you had in a previous life. You've definitely shared a romance or relationship before. If you're single now, your future spouse is likely from your past lifetimes. And then again, in some cases, you can reunite across many centuries. So I'm not going to ask you any questions on that. I'm just going to pull another card. Wars and battles. Okay. Let's see here. And how does that correlate with the spouse? Oh, okay, Lori. This card indicates that you have suffered or were killed in a war in previous lifetimes. Your unconsciousness will tell you whether you were a soldier, an officer, or a civilian who was a casualty during battle. That lifetime could have turned you into, wait a minute, a pacifist. It could have made you conflict phobic and you cannot stand any measure of violence or even loud voices. Conflict phobia prevents relationships from deepening. As part of the authenticity as part of the authenticity stems from sharing your true feelings with each other. Conversely, that lifetime may have filled your heart with anger and the desire for revenge. In such case, you would have difficulty controlling your temper. This may even lead to addictions in your attempts to bring about peace. If you have that natural warrior spirit, it's important to channel it in peaceful and constructive ways. For instance, being an activist for positive social change or a legal advocate who champions underdogs. Now, while I was pulling this has nothing to do with any of the cards. Okay, I see that you've never been married. This has nothing to do with the cards. This is my own psychic thing. When I pulled up Wars and Battles, I started seeing Civil War, Civil War, Civil War. So I definitely think, and I don't care what the card's saying because this is what I see, that you were definitely, I'm not, no, no kidding, no biting on the cord. I'm not saying you were in the Civil War, but you probably had, yeah, well, again, this is your past life, not now. This is your past life. And I know because I can tell by some of the things like just going by like over the years, some of the things that like I've seen you like as bi or something, I wouldn't think you had any problem with anger at all. I would never even have guessed that. But if you, and I do see, and again, this is not the card, this is me, that I can definitely see that you had something to do with the Civil War, but not that you were a soldier. You were definitely not a soldier. But maybe you had a husband in that time, or maybe um, you lived somewhere that people had to run from. I don't know, but save this and keep what I'm telling you because sometimes people will do research on this stuff. They can go back into their family history like through genealogy or something, and they may find, hey, I had this person or that person in the Civil War, and then if they can get a picture of them, they find out that they look a lot like you do today. You just never know because I told somebody in a psychic reading before that their get down kitty, that their daughter was moving out and she was moving to an island, and I saw this man coming up the driveway, and she's like, no, no, and I saw her husband in like China. I really didn't. She goes, no, 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 that is so off. And then it was like a month or two later, and she called me. Oh my God, my husband got a job in China. My daughter is moving with my granddaughter to this island. It wasn't too far from him. It's someplace off Canada or whatever. And her son came walking up the driveway and told her that he was walking with another man, and explained to her that that was his boyfriend. So she was just hit from all ends, and it's shocking. So just remember about the Civil War thing, and even about the spouse thing, because again, this is not a tarot card reading for right now. This is a past life reading, and it's not even tarot cards, but you might have a connection with somebody, a friend or whatever, or or there's somebody that you might have had a connection with. That isn't anything I can prove, but again, just remember that. I'm gonna see if I can do one more for you since, oh God, that card again. So this is the high priest or priestess, which I guess would make sense for a lot of people to have that card pulled, considering they go to the website and stuff. That kind of does make sense. So what this is saying is basically that you're into what you're already into. You were a high priest or priestess during one or more prior lifetimes, and most people do have a conscious sense of it, it says. And you've also retained your heightened spiritual knowledge, and the card is urging you to put into greater practice. So your higher knowledge, your spirituality, things like that. Um, Again, it's a divine mission of healing, teaching, and helping, and to put that into use in this life. Now, I'm wondering though, because we've pulled out a spouse card, wars and battles, and a high priest or priestess, what I'm wondering about your cards is usually past lifetimes, they kind of flow. Sometimes we keep the same people that are already in our family or with us again. Like if you had a son or daughter, that could be your son or daughter again in another time. It could be an aunt, it can uncle. But there's usually like at least two people that we keep in this lifetime that we're in now. That they just come back around. So consider and I see the spouse, the wars and battles, and I myself, not through the card, but through psychic ability, saw civil war. And then you have high priest or priestess. I'm wondering with spouse, wars and battles, or high priest and priestess, if in your other life, if you could have been a guy, or if and hey, and there isn't nothing wrong with that, because a lot of people, they've been in one of my lives. um I was the wife of this guy, and in another life I was the husband of this woman, and the life was absolutely boring. I swear I was out in Oklahoma, and it wasn't anything that I would, be like, oh yeah, guess what I was. No, I mean, I was out in Oklahoma, I was in the sticks, I was horribly ugly and dead broke. So every life is different. So you could have very well been a guy, but maybe you weren't, because I see the Civil War with you, but I don't see you as a soldier. So it just, you might have just been someone who had a house out there somewhere. But again, this high priest or priestess card is probably going to come up for a lot of people because of simply of what you guys are into. So I'm going to shuffle them again, and I think I have. Um, yeah, I mean, I was. I mean, some people are like, no, no, I was never a guy. Or if they're, if they're a guy, no, no, I was never a girl. But I mean, I was a husband to this one woman out in Oklahoma. And then over in Europe, someplace in Europe, I was a wife. And in that life, my son that I have now was also my son then. But it didn't look anything like him. But see, the soul stays the same. So I knew right away. I knew it was him. I didn't see my daughter, but I saw him. So she could have come later. She could have been in lives before. Who knows? But that was, and I had a very violent husband too in that one in Europe. My husband was very, very violent. But, and that's probably why, people are getting recycled and they're trying to get things right before they totally move on, because it was definitely, I wasn't poor in that life. I had a lot of money, but there wasn't any happiness there. Oh, see, so there you go. Oh, and you've had dreams of war. Well, I would check out like your genealogy then, because I myself, and I'm not saying that the past life cards, but myself saw you in Civil War, but not. I didn't see you as a soldier though. I did not see you as a soldier. I saw you as somebody who maybe was in an, like, I saw fire, so maybe you were in an area that somebody was going through the town and burning it. Oh yeah, they definitely do. All right, who do I have next? Who's next for me? Is it Allison or Adrian? I'm going to keep shuffling these until I hear. I dream a lot but never war. Oh, you're welcome. It's no problem. And like I said, who knows how many past lives you've had. I should probably do it again. Okay, Adrian. All right. I'm going to do you, and then I'm going to do Allison. Okay. So, Adrian, you're next. And you know what, Adrian? Let me tell you what's funny about you. When I opened up these cards earlier, when I opened up the cards earlier tonight, when I was still shipping, this card popped up, and I immediately thought of you. So if this card pops up again, I'm going to be like, okay. So, let's see. Oh, well, kind of close. Okay. So, let's see. We have a life here. in Egypt. But that's not the card that I saw earlier tonight. And no, kitty, kitty. The card I saw earlier tonight was something else. But I really did think of you. Okay, so Egypt. Okay. Okay, so when you pull the card that says Egypt and shows the pyramids, um, it signals a significant past life in Egypt, which relates to your present situation. When a negative pattern stubbornly refuses to heal, its roots are often buried in a lifetime beyond conscious memory. Fortunately, you can access and heal the issue. Like gardening, you can eliminate vestiges of the past by pulling them out by their roots. If you're drawn to Egyptian culture or travel, you most likely had a positive experience in your lifetime there. You may wish to explore the belief systems of Egypt to tap into ancient memories. Most of Egyptian spirituality involved astronomy and astrology. So stargazing can also help you trigger insights and recollection. On the other hand, if the thought of traveling to Egypt is frightening to you, or you have negative feelings about its culture or spirituality, you may have deep-seated fears associated with your lifetime there. This is fairly common, as many traumas occurred in this land in ancient times. Working with a qualified past life therapist or a regression audio can help you release, heal old toxic energies. Now that's a good idea. If you can find one of those old tapes, I used to have one, and it would take you through your back lives by like dropping you down on a planet. But I want to see if I can pull this other card for you. Now, think too, Adrian. Oh, you do remember it. Okay, cool. Because okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the card I pulled, and I thought of you. It was before I headed home, and I pulled this card out, and it said Atlantis, and I immediately thought of you. I really did because it said Atlantis, but that's not what I pulled. But I'm gonna pull another one and see. I'll just pull the next card. Okay, Celtic. I think you've gotten around here. All right. All right, you've also had a significant past lifetime in Celtic lands, and you continue to feel bonded to this culture. Perhaps you've lived in or visited the Isles of Ireland, Scotland, Wales, or England. If so, you may have a sense of deja vu and be an Anglophile, a person who adores these cultures. You're also fascinated with Stonehenge and King Arthur's Camelot. You may have learned the old religion of the Celtic lands, which involved the use of healing healing herbs and gaining wisdom from oak trees. Now, I don't give out my people's personal information, but I know, some of the things I packed up for you today. So that's very interesting. You could even be an ancient druid in disguise. Your connection to the elemental realm has made you love fairies, elves, and all fae. You also respect and love trees, especially oaks and willows. If you haven't already done so, schedule some visits to the ancient sacred areas of the United Kingdom and Ireland. Exploring their stone circles, castles, and spiritual artifacts may trigger additional healing memories. That's what I thought, Adrian, but I wasn't sure. But I really did think it was. I really did. I really thought so too. So that's cool. That's really cool. I'm just gonna take a peek here real quick. Okay. Yeah, I think you pretty much, especially since you remember the one in Egypt, that's really interesting. And the Celtic one, that's I never would have thought that. I swore I was gonna pull Atlantis for you. Yeah, I believe. Oh wow, really? Okay. I did not know that. Well, there you go. So there's a lot of you have a lot of probably connection, I want to say, to these places then. So that's really it was definitely interesting for me to pull Egypt for you. It really was. So those are your very important ones, and it seems that you're living them now, kind of. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Now let's see. Let me ask you something, Adrian. Have you ever, do you think in any of your past lives you were involved in a communal setting, like a convent, monastery, tribe, or anything like that? Have you ever felt like that? Like anything related to like community? But it would be that type of community, like I said, convent, monastery, tribe. Um, you would hold a job within there, of course. Tribally, yes. Okay, because that was the third card that was going to be pulled for you. It was called communal living. I just wanted to know how accurate it would be. So that would have been your third card, and it actually says um, to assimilate that in this lifetime, find the balance and harmony between individual and group needs, between give and take, understand how you fit into the culture, and how the group can help you achieve your individual goals and aspirations, and further your spiritual growth. And remember, no man or woman is an island. That was the card that's called communal living. I just pulled it just to see. Honestly, I pulled it to see if the Atlantis card was going to come up, but it didn't. Ow, kitty. This cat is climbing up me. So basically, the lifetime that was significant to communal living, um, or setting would have been convent, monastery, or tribal. Your earthly needs for shelter, clothing, and food were provided for. Although you held a job within the community, you fulfilled your responsibilities for the group and not for individual gain. In your current lifetime, you may feel troubled by the concept of money, individual earnings, savings, and bills. You may feel unsupported because your soul is accustomed to having a community support system. So that is what that card said. So since I pulled it, I might as well tell you. I was just wondering if Atlantis was going to be pulled. That's all. Okay, my next person is, I think it's Allison. Is it Allison? Okay, I do think it's Allison. And if there's somebody I'm forgetting, did I drop a card? Yeah, I did. Hold on. I got it. Thank you, Tomer. Is that the only one I dropped? Is that it? Okay. I think Allison is next. Yes. Is Denise on right now? Do I have Denise too? You're welcome, Adrienne. View message. Let me see. Somebody's not letting me view this. Oh, why not show? Oh, I don't know why they blocked you out, Joanne. It's probably because of the little cat face. Okay, so I'm going to do Allison, and then Joanne, I'm going to do you. Okay. All right. I want to make sure they're shuffled really good. Let's see. Okay, Allison, I'm going to pull your card. Do you want your most important lifetime or few, or it's whatever you want? Any preference? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the most important one. Let's see. Well, I think most important. Okay. Medicine man or woman? Okay. Kitty, don't be under my butt. Let's see. Medicine man or woman? Are you looking for your kitties? Come here. Come here, Pumpkin Eye. They're behind me. See them? See them? They're right there. Okay. All right, so when you pull this card, the medicine man or woman, this card reveals your past lifetime as a healer. You brought this knowledge forward, and it is now embedded within your unconsciousness. This is why you have an instinctive knowledge of healing as well as a natural healing gift. You drew this card to help you gain confidence as a healer. Perhaps you're considering taking classes or entering a healing profession. This card indicates that you have a soul connection to this topic. While there's never a guarantee of absolute success, you have a passion and a calling for healing that could form the basis for a successful practice. Oh, it does fit. Okay, good. I just now looked down. All right, I'm going to pull another one for you too. Each and every one is a different life, by the way. Because this isn't a tarot card reading, so I gotta let people know that in case you think I'm doing a tarot card reading. I'm not. Okay, so the next one is called Persecution and Inquisition. Okay, so with Persecution and Inquisition, again, this would be a different life. Okay, wow, this is kind of scary, Allison. You ready? Okay, all right. Well, listen. So in a previous life, um, you were accused of witchcraft, being a heathen, or other crimes in the past. You suffered greatly as a result of the ensuing persecution, and that fear has carried forward into this lifetime. In the past, your character and behaviors were examined publicly, and you were blamed for crop failures and deaths that had nothing to do with you. Your neighbors and the government said that you were casting spells, which was a capital offense. In reality, you were a good hearted person, as you remain to this day, who had the ability to see into the future and to use energy for healing purposes. That lifetime has made you very sensitive to gossip and rumors. If someone falsely accuses you now, you become fearful and upset because that's the behavior that led to your painful death in previous lives. You may also be afraid to openly admit that you're still a talented healer and psychic. Unconsciously, you're keeping your spiritual skills a secret to avoid recreating the pain of the past. To heal from this, know that in this current lifetime, spiritual teachers and healers are revered instead of feared. You agreed to incarnate at this time because your hard won knowledge from previous lifetimes is needed in this world. And the fact that you're back on Earth shows that no one can harm you permanently or prevent you from pursuing your spiritual path. Wow. So that's the first scary one we've got, like, for a past life. Um that's the first one for that. I just want to see something here. Um let's see here. Let me see something real quick on this. Oh, what did I do? Oh, past that here. Let's see. Huh. That was interesting. This is weird. I pulled another card for you, Allison. Um, and this card is called Transportation. Now, I don't know how old you are, and I don't ask, and you don't need to tell me, but this says this card signifies that you had intense experiences involving transportation in prior lifetimes. This is especially true if you presently have phobias related to airplanes, cars, and so on. And these fears don't dissipate as a result of getting traditional counseling or hypnotherapy. In those cases, you've likely suffered a traumatic past life event in some type of vehicle, which has caused you to lose trust in it. You may have been involved in the you may have been involved in the invention of a form of transportation or related technology, and that knowledge wants to serve you in this lifetime. This includes those who lived during the time of Atlantis, when transportation was fueled by solar and crystal power. Your life purpose may involve reawakening the knowledge of alternative modes of transportation, which could be environmentally beneficial to the world at this time. Um, oh, wow. You know, I'm thinking, there was a lot of healing in Atlantis too. So Atlantis was before. Yeah, I know, transportation. I never would have thought. Oh, you do remember past life. So, okay, so what I'm thinking is your past life in Atlantis would be before. I would assume would be before. Yeah, I guess it would be. That would be a lifetime before you were a medicine man or woman. Am I right? Adrian would know. Adrian, what do you think? Because you can have your Oh wow. That's so interesting. I'm just wondering what life would have come first. If it would have been Atlantis or the medicine man woman, because see, from Atlantis, there are special healing crystals or special energy that people yeah, that's what I thought. So then I think what happened is you carried that over into that time, which would also have been before persecution and inquisition. Yeah, so you went from Atlantis to being a medicine woman or man, and then into persecution and inquisition. Because again, those lives of healing and practicing would have carried over, and then in that time, as you're coming closer to more modern times, yeah, you could have been burnt. Well, nobody really. I mean, they didn't die from the fire; they died from smoke inhalation or stoning, or there was actually like I have original diaries from that time that they're so hard to read. Like I gotta take a magnifier to them because I gotta look at each letter and each draw with a pen because the writing was much different. But I even have Napoleon's too. But there was a lot more than what went on than what you think. Like I think most people know now it was more of the government trying to get what you owned and your money by accusing you of witchcraft and stuff like that, and other women accusing other women because one woman may have looked better than another one, and I mean, who knows? But I know there was a lot of that went on, and a lot of well, let's go ahead and burn them at the stake because, well, she has money, and then we can gather it. And if you're thinking, I mean, if you think that you would come from Atlantis and you carry those skills with you, and then you carried them into medicine man, medicine woman, and then you carried them over to Inquisition, you would have known how to benefit yourself through gaining money and things like that. Oh, wow. I'll have to look that up. That's interesting. Okay, so now who is my next one? Who is the next person I have here? Anybody know who's next? Is Denise there? Oh, wait, Joanna. I gotta do Joanna. That's it, Joanna. Okay. Yeah, if I don't see the list here. Okay. Let's do Joanna. All right, I'm shaking these up. Call them shaking them, but I'm really shuffling them. You're welcome, Allison. Okay. Yep, I'm doing her now. And then, if Nick is not on, I'm going to be... I like turtles too. They're all over the place. Let's see, or they will be soon. Let's see. I'm going to get these really mixed up because I don't want to accidentally pull the... Shoot. There they go again. Oh, hold on, I got to get all these cards. I just dropped a ton of them on the floor. Okay. I don't want to miss any. I want to look some orphan card when nobody's supposed to have an orphan card. Okay, let's see. Alright, let's do these up. Kitty climbing up my butt. Hold on. Make sure I'm not missing a card real quick. Oh, I'm glad I looked. No, that's the cat's mouse. Oh my god. Kitty, kitty. Okay, at least it wasn't a real one. Oh, there's still more cards. Hold on. I gotta grab these. They went all over. Hey, Tomer. Can you grab these cards that went underneath the couch? Yeah. They just went... I'm glad I took another look. They're on this end.
Oh, I see it.
You see them? How many are there? I thought there was one down there. It was a cat mouse. And I got this cat like underneath my right butt cheek. Thank you. Thank you. Boy, they're just cuddled up there. Pretty babies.
How many are there?
I think I have 2 under my butt. No, there's 2 of them. Okay. Is there 2 there? Oh, they can stay there.
Oh, okay.
They're not bothering me. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's try shuffling these again without dropping them. I'm gonna cut them too. Oh boy, guys, you have no idea the long night I have tonight. If anybody tries to email me in the morning, that won't be happening. Okay. That's right, kitty kitty. Oh yeah, they are. Like Pumpkin and I just ran out here making sure her kitties are okay. And oh god, you should see Balthazar. Balthazar looks like a giant, like gray silver. Well, he's a blue cat. He's blue, but he looks like a giant lion. His head is the size of, I don't know what, but his body is long, and he has fur hanging. He's a combination of what is it? What are those gray cats called, Tomer?
Russian?
No, that, like Harry. A Nebelung. He's a combination Nebelung and, what are the long-haired ones, guys? What are they called? Oh, I love this one cat. His name's Mr. Vivo. What the heck are they called?
The Maine Coons?
Maine Coon, yeah. He's a combination Nebelung and Maine Coon. And he's got the tufts coming out of his ears and sparking out of his cheeks. And then he's got a long body, big paws, and a gigantic tail. Yeah, he's sitting right here. Yeah, he'll be on tonight. Bobcats, yeah, those are cool too. Hold on a second. Okay. Just want to make sure these are good because those cards that spilled were those were cards that I had pulled for somebody else. Okay, this is the last time I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna start picking them. All right, here we go. Now I am pulling for Joanna. Okay. All right, let's see here. All right, let's do the first card here. Me too. It's another Wars and Battles card. Okay. So Wars and Battles card. I'm not getting Civil War this time though, which is good. But let's see. So this card, this says you were suffered or that you suffered or were killed in a war in previous lifetimes. Your unconsciousness will tell you whether you were a soldier, an officer, or a civilian who was a casualty during a battle. That lifetime could have turned you into a pacifist, or it could have made you conflict phobic. You cannot stand any measure of violence or even loud noises. Conflict phobia prevents relationships from deepening. As part of the authenticity stems from sharing your true feelings with each other. Conversely, this lifetime may have filled your heart with anger and the desire for revenge. In such case, you would have difficulty controlling your temper. This may even lead to addictions in attempts to bring about peace. If you have that natural warrior spirit, it's important to channel it in peaceful and constructive ways. For instance, being an activist for positive social change or a legal advocate who champions underdogs. But let's see. Yeah. So let's see what this one is. Forgiveness. Okay, that's kind of sounds like a tarot card reading. Let me see. Let's see here. Okay, forgiveness. I wonder if that's going to have a connection somewhere to that card. We're going to find out. So with the forgiveness card, being pulled, and I am sorry for that music that was just on. It was horrible. Um, this. Okay, so if you have any old or new anger, you might want to release that old stored up anger. You may not even be consciously aware that you've been holding on to resentment. Your anger may show up in subtle ways such as high blood pressure, addictions, insomnia, or moodiness. Wouldn't it feel great to have stable moods or more control over your health? Forgiveness isn't the same thing as saying that the actions of others were justified or to accept or acceptable. Instead, forgiveness is a statement of self-empowerment. You choose to detoxify yourself of all stored anger and other negative energies. After all, when you hang on to anger, it only hurts you and not the other person. To heal this situation, be aware that meditation and introspection are important practices and can help you. See that your anger is merely a transient feeling, like a dark cloud floating across the sky. Recognize that the source comes from a past life and let it go. Forgiveness is great, profoundly healing. Free yourself from negative and harmful emotions. Yeah, you know what? That's actually what I got, but I know that's, I don't know. But I'm going to do another card because I'm wondering how far back this goes here. Okay, so now we're going over here to Asia. So let's see how that's going to fit in. Oh, yeah. So all this is kind of matching for you, Joanna. It says a significant past life in Asia is influencing your current situation. You learned group harmony and sacrificing of individuality in the Asian culture, but the lessons of that lifetime need to be balanced with your current life's culture. For instance, you may have been in the habit of suppressing your emotions and opinions in that lifetime. However, in this life, it's essential that you be aware of your inner truth. You're also being guided to express your beliefs and feelings openly with your loved ones in order to deepen your relationships. Your fascination with the Asian culture stems from the love and respect for the people you met in a lifetime. Consider taking trips to Eastern lands to reconnect. Now, I don't know if you have a love for anything in Asia. Oh, you do? Okay, well, that can carry on. Because like I said before, I know people, is that you, Baltazar? I know people that when they go and look up their like genealogy and stuff, they see um they'll like, they'll find out who their relatives are and what year they lived and died and everything, and then often they can get pictures, and these pictures they'll find out that some of them will look exactly like somebody that is their relative from a past life, but it would be so many years that it actually could have been them. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's this, I don't want to say it's a show, but it's a video, and it shows all these celebrities and well-known people, and they're alive today, and then shows you well-known people from like a long, long time ago, and they look just like them. I don't know what it's called. It's something like that. But it looks like, so if you were a girl somewhere in Asia, you might have had family situations there. And then again, you have, it shows forgiveness and wars and battles. So, that very well could all be tying into why you have the issues that you have today with your family. And it's not to say that it's your fault. It's to say that people do come back and they get recycled, whether your mom now was probably your mother in a lifetime. Your father now was probably your father in another lifetime. Like I said, my son was my son in another lifetime. And, it was kind of crazy. And he looked totally different. He didn't look the same now. He looked totally different. He was of darker skin, black hair. I had black hair. His father had black hair, but there was a lot of violence in that past life. Oh my gosh, jeez. I know somebody else that happened to that comes to the website too, but they had somebody steal like 28 or 23,000 from them. Yeah, they did. That's crazy. That's insane. That's a jealousy thing. That's a power thing. That's crazy. That's nuts. You know, it's them New Jersey people. Ah, mine does too, but I don't let her bother me. She's dead now. Yeah, and she let me tell you, Joanne, when she died, it was not a good death. Not at all, but I think she was paying for all the crazy stuff that she did. Oh, I can believe that. I believe it. There are so many. I mean, just women today that are like that. They're just so jealous of other women, of how they look. And it's stupid. You're supposed to, like, support each other. And I find that most of the time, these women that are not like that, it's because now I'm not saying all the time, but some of them are overweight and some of them may not look good. And so they want to tear down other women. I'm not saying that's their only reason. But there are, because there's a lot of very thin and good looking women that'll tear another woman down, just to do it. It's just really ridiculous, honestly. I don't get it. And some mothers do it because they're afraid, another man is going to look at their daughter instead of them, especially if there's a stepfather involved. Yeah, it could be. All right, who do I have next? Do I have Nick on here? Do I have Nick? Because that's going to be my last one. I have Nick. Nick, please come and type something, because otherwise I got to end it because I'd have to take a drink anyway. Do I have a Nick? Nick? It's okay. If I don't get Nick tonight, I will get Nick. You know what? I'll just go ahead and do Nick now. I'll just go do it. Okay. All right, there you are. I was going to do it whether you were here or not, Nick. You can go back and listen to it. Okay. So I'm going to do you now. I just need to shuffle these cards a little more because I don't want any of them sticking. So many of them were never even used. Okay. Oh, hey, Nick. I was going to do you even if you weren't here. Don't worry. I was going to end it, and then I thought, nah, let me just do them. No, that's okay. I'll wait. Here we go. All right, let's see here. Let's split these cards a bit. I got to get Tomer on here, too. He has some work to do for a customer tonight. I got to record him. I'm hoping these things upload fast. Okay, let's get that one. That one. All right, here we go. All right, Nick, I'm pulling your first card right now. All right, let's see here. What do we have for you? Let it be something different. Oh, unrequited love. Let's see. See what it says. Let's see, I'm here. Might not type as much because I'm working. That's okay. That's okay. You can always go back and listen to it too. Let's see. I'll tell you, that medium one was crazy. There was somebody from the website, but let me tell you what happened. I saw what I thought was the spirit, and they were showing me long brown hair and like brownish, like hazelish kind of eyes. And I'm thinking, this is the spirit that is about to talk to me, but it wasn't. This was who the spirit was showing me, because they do that too. And I thought, oh no. And it was the first one that like pushed to the head of the line, I should say. But I know in real life, I don't think that person, they didn't come off as pushy. But then when I realized what they had to say, that's why we had to edit that one out. Like, I have to contact them privately. I don't even know if they're going to believe it, but I can't, put that on there because I don't know what they, if it was just about them, they might not care, but because it was about one of their family members, they may care. So that had to be edited. Luckily, it was the first one. So, but let's see. Let's do you. Let's see. Let's see. What is this saying here? What is it trying to say? I'm still here. What in the world? Let's see. Why is this giving me such a hard time? Okay. Here we go. All right, Nick. This card. After Nick, I'm going to be done for tonight, but I'll do them again. I put a thing in the description where they can go on there and go to the blog and sign up. So for this here, for you, Nick, this card indicates that you had a painful experience with love in a prior lifetime. The person you loved deeply didn't share your feelings, or you may have been betrayed or abandoned. This individual may be in your present life. The experiences of this type of love may be negatively affecting you now. For example, you might distrust your lover's intentions or his or her ability to make a monogamous commitment. Sometimes those doubts have a basis in current reality. However, romantic insecurities can also be a product of prior lifetimes. When that occurs, the unconscious insecurities are difficult to pinpoint or heal unless they're consciously realized. This is where irrational jealousy and neediness may actually ruin an otherwise good relationship. Sometimes the best cure is past life regression for couples so that you can both remember the situation that caused you pain in other lives. Oh, oh, my mind's a struggle. Okay, let's see. Next card is finances for you. Okay, so none of this card has been pulled. So your finances. Now, again, remember, these cards are about your past lives, but your past life can affect this life. So this is not, doesn't mean it's anything going on now, but it can kind of like seep into there. So in your finances, your relationship with money is being affected by your past life experiences. For instance, you may have had a lifetime of extreme poverty or even wealth. Many people struggle to save money because their other lifetimes involved communal wealth, where the convent, tribe, or village provided for everyone's needs. In those lifetimes, there was no such thing as individual savings accounts or separate possessions. As a result, you may find that your finances are perplexing and upsetting, and an upsetting mystery. Your income may roller coaster up and down until you come to terms with the fact that you're currently incarnated in a Western capitalistic society that operates on individualism. To heal this situation, understand that money is merely energy and can be used for good purposes or negative ones. Know that money is in itself neutral. It is what you do with it that matters. Act with the intention to help the world through charity and generosity. That is a noble virtue. Now let me see what you said. Um, okay, what's one weakness you know you need to change? That's one weakness you know you need to change, but you lie to yourself instead of improving. And why don't you change it? The loved one is relatable, but I have a good self-awareness. I feel like so I'm getting through the right way. Okay, so we're going to do one more for you, and that is wisdom. Well, there you go. You have someone to tell me about this art, baby. Such a tweetheart. Yes, you are. Such a mommy boy. Okay. So the next card is wisdom. Let's see here. Wisdom. Okay, this should be a good card for you. You know what's shocking me, Nick, is nothing came up with healing, which is what your interest is. That's so weird. But anyway, wisdom. This card indicates that you have tremendous wisdom and knowledge from prior lifetimes that seek to resurface now. Well, that could be your healing. Um, Even if you've never thought of yourself as particularly wise, this card indicates that you've learned important lessons and information that will serve you and others if it's reawakened now. This card can indicate that it's time for you to return to school or seek additional education of some sort. This may be a sign that you're changing your career path. Your reemerging knowledge is guiding you toward work that is more meaningful. This card asks you to believe in yourself and know that you have what it takes to tackle a career related to your true interests and passions. Now, I think that that matches you. I really do. I think that card matches in this lifetime, too. When I was a toddler, I remember watching the news. At first it was Chinese, then I focused. I actually understood the... Wow. So everybody's had a lot of interesting stuff going on. Nick, if you can't type, that's okay. But really go back and listen to that wisdom one, because I do think that ties into what you have going on. Like things that are gonna like help you. So that's a real good card for you. It was nice talking to you, all you guys. Going to have to go only because I have to get a drink, I have to eat something, and I have to actually do a video with Tomer real quick. It's weird. I feel like a genius, but there's blockages because I feel there's a deep-rooted belief related to a shame. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying something like that is a head thing, and you have to get past it. You have to get rid of it. You just have to get rid of it. You too, Joanna. Have a good night. Okay. Thank you, Allison. Thank you, Nick. I'm gonna let you guys go. It was great. I'll do it again. Bye-bye. Let's see, how do I end this now? We better figure this out. Oh, you're welcome. I enjoyed it. Okay. And then I figure out how to shut it off. That would be good. No. That would be crazy. Okay. Good night, Adrian. Good night, all of you guys. Bye-bye.